What's up and welcome to the newest episode of Must Clank with Jack and PROXY, your weekly guide to the wild, obscure, based in pure Clanker ecosystem. I'm Jack Wylde here with the most epic of co-hosts. What's up, PROXY dude? Clank Clank, how you doing?
What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's always good to see you, man. And what a week has it been? We've already gone up another 7,000 Clankers launched. How cool
That's
is that?
That's insane. You know, it is cool, honestly. It also tells me that, like, we need to think about, like, how people are clanking. It's so funny having a product live that's just, like, continually making new coins, because I don't think I have any awareness of who launched those coins, really. And that tells me that, like, maybe it's time to, like, do a little more curation, index things a bit. But it's beautiful. I love that people are still clanking. I love that people are still sharing, like, project ideas with me. Every time I check my DMs, that to me is just like, that's what it's all about. So yeah, man, it's great.
Bro, your entire world right now has still got to be DMs and, like, ideating on what to even do next. Like, the awesome thing though is that there's so many people building around it that, like, hopefully you can keep being idea person while other people are helping build.
100%. I kind of think that, like, I stepped back from DMs a little bit because it was so overwhelming. And one thing I've been enjoying this week is just, like, spending time with Jack and Bryce every other day so far. I've just been in person with them, literally talking through, like, ideas, what we're working on. And that kind of thing is really invaluable. And I don't think people perceive it as, like, important. It's not shipping a new feature, but it's how you get to the good idea that becomes the new feature. And it's hard to do that when there's a lot of noise. So I've been trying to, like, focus on kind of the big things that we want to decide. And then I'll get back to my DMs and I'll ideate forever.
I kind of feel like it is a huge deal, though. You know, like, we talked about it at ClankCount. You know, speaking of ClankCount, the boys are going to be in Denver coming up pretty soon for ETH Denver. But it's important to get that time with your team. It's important to get that time with the people around you, because we have to remember, how long is it that this has actually been going on?
It's been like 3 months, almost exactly.
3 months. Like,
yeah,
that's like 48 years in on chain time. But at the same, like, in real life, that's nothing. You know, that is nothing. And look how much it's happened. It's just crazy.
You know, earlier last year, I spent 3 months trying to build a product, and we hadn't even launched it by day 90. That was definitely a mistake. Like, that product was not good. I think that's why it took so long to build it. But those ideas helped a lot with Clanker. So yeah, man, I'm just very grateful for this opportunity. It still feels early. And also, like, I don't know, the fact that, like, people are going to a conference and Clanker will have events there is so cool. And it tells me we're not brand new. Like, people know who we are a little bit and what we're working on, and that's it feels really cool.
Yeah, brand new, but, like, you stepped in with big shoes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you showed up to the skate park and you were already nasty. You know,
I was like the 8th grader. It's like new on day one.
Yeah.
First day of school, but they have the really cool basketball sneakers or whatever, and everyone's like, "Damn, who's that cool kid?" That's us.
I changed high schools, and I remember going to this small town school after, like, 2 years at a big school, and I wore a Bob Marley, like a bright red Bob Marley shirt on day one, and was, like, instantly like, oh, I'm a cool guy who showed up to this small school. So, like, that's what you
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly cool. I would have, like, immediately wanted to be your friend.
I mean, Bob Marley shirts, bright red.
Can you post a picture of yourself from high school when you share this episode?
I can find some real wild pictures of myself. Yeah, probably. I've had a lot of different looks in my life. How about we talk about real quick the top 10 clankers on Clank.fun, because I think it's kind of cool. Clanker overtook Fartcoin. I mean, that's not necessarily the greatest thing, but I think it is at least rightfully where it belongs at the moment.
Yeah. Nature is healing, even though, like, I do love the base Fartcoin guys. Yeah. Not that I know them at all, but that's kind of what I love. Let's look.
Real clank shit. Clank with your boys. Damn, son, where'd you clank this?
This segment Brought to you by Clank.fun. There we go. A little pop in some promo for Nick.
Is Nick sliding you some cash? Okay, well, first things first. Top 3, Clanker, base Fartcoin, Bonker coin. No surprise to me about that 1, 2, 3 because Bonker has been getting a lot of attention in the feed right now.
Up 30% today.
3 million. Yep. Up 3 million market cap today, which I'm really happy to see. Clanker, after some heavy sell action last week, is fighting its way back up. And I can't really comment on Clanker, but many things coming.
That was helpful.
And let's see, native number 4. Native, honestly, is going to be so much bigger. I just can feel it because Derek continues to drop announcements as though he is more and more excited. And I don't know, I feel like one thing in crypto that can be useful as a trader is watching how people seem when they're talking about their products. If they're kind of just going through the motions, or I don't know, everyone has a different style. But I always look to how people act, and Derek is stoked.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Bring. Dude, what is this? I have no idea.
I actually wanted to ask you about this one. Okay, but it's Dick Butt first, right? And then Bring? Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
We can't forget Dick Butt here. Number 5.
Dude, Dick Butt might be in some ways my favorite Clanker meme, just because it feels like it did happen really organically, or just it didn't go straight up. It kind of went up and then had this sell-off, and then weeks later, an influencer discovered it and talked about it. I just love those MFer guys. I think they're chill. I think they're funny. They show up no matter what.
They're so loyal. That's a loyal group. That's a loyal group of dudes and dudettes. Whatever. That's a loyal group of MFers. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that the highest volume coins here are definitely Bonker and Fartcoin, but Dick Butt and Bring and Native all have pretty healthy volume. I'm definitely thinking a lot about base volume. I just want to show you something that I noticed. There are only 10 coins in the top 30 pools by volume. And by that point, we're already down to 1.2 million a day or something, right? Or 1.6, 1.5. Base is it's very top heavy. We're not getting that much volume on these lower cap coins. And that's both a problem and an opportunity. That tells me that speculation on base is really flowing to whoever is owning the current meta.
Right.
And we had a moment where we were more dominant in the meta, and it's now on us, I think, to get that attention back. The reason I say this is I hope that it will have a positive effect for a coin like Bracky. Bracky is number 9, right? But people on social talk to me about it all the time.
Yeah, I think Bracky's backing. There's some backing going on here. It's doing something, right? So this is a bet, right? A bracket. It's from Brackets originally, right?
Yep. It's a really cool product. They've done pickleball tournament pools, March Madness, the NFL. What I like about Tim is he sees really clearly how we need to just give people more cool things to do with these coins or with these products. It can't all just be about the game of trading and selling coins.
I think there's got to be a good mix. On the last episode, you said, I want more memes, which I think is important. Yeah. But we do still need these tokens that do something, because I feel on base, that's still just who's shopping now? That's the game. Definitely. Right now on base. We need to attract the other people, but on base currently, it's who's building. Look who's building now, too, starring Kirstie Alley and John Travolta.
I don't even see a huge distinction here, dude. I think what matters is that base is more of a narrative play. People are interested in base and what's happening here, but we don't have the same core group of users who default to base yet. And that's something that's emerging. And it's why I think Farcaster's done well is, even though it's small, those people show up daily.
Well, it's actually okay. Well, let's actually jump ahead a little bit then and talk about this, because Coinbase Wallet announced being basically a new social platform partnering with Farcaster. How is Clanker going to take advantage of this? This seems like a huge deal and has a lot of potential here. Just having your wallet in the same place that you're ingesting everything, it is the new. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm going to give you the positive and the skeptical.
Okay, I like both. I love it.
That I
love
have.
This.
Positive. It's right at the intersection of where we're building at. We are from Farcaster and we're quite close with Base now. And by close, I mean just we talk to Dan and Varun from Warpcast, and we also talked to Jesse from Base. Those are our, I don't know, peers building. They're obviously like really rich and much larger than we are, but that doesn't really matter when you have users. So we like to build with them. This is where we're trying to go. So it's great for us. We also have a lot of like eco projects that are building these mini games that are trying to think of fun experiences connected to coins. And it means that like any user who Coinbase can onboard to their wallet will get that social graph, which is so key to anything, at least originally launched on Clanker. If someone gets a Coinbase wallet, they come in, they might see like your podcast, and then they could click in to a profile that's your Warpcast profile, and they'll see like, oh, this dude has a really high social capital score because Toady and M. Lee Jr., all these people follow him. And it might make them more likely to listen to that podcast or to mint an episode. And I think that is really powerful, and it only gets more powerful at scale.
Wait, where's the negative then?
Oh, I haven't done the negative.
I was like, well, it sounds all good, buddy. I don't know what you're... Okay, wait, real quick. I will combat one of these things, and I always wonder about this, and this might be your negative too. But like, I don't really love the social capital score, like the social credit score sometimes, just because like I remember being low and not being able to find my way up. And like, it's hard. Yeah. Like it makes it really hard. And if people will instantly discredit you just because you're new, that kind of stinks. But that's why you got to sit in the trenches for so long and keep building. But
I think you're right that there's a negative to social credit scores, social capital. I started on Farcaster with, 0 social capital, and it was not like easy to penetrate that social graph, to get in and have people pay any attention to me. But it was possible. And I think that this is more a product upgrade than a problem with like social capital is real. You have social capital to me that is not related to any score. I met you through Toady, who I respect for, 25 different reasons. And that means that I was primed to like you. But I agree, there are things to figure out here. I mean, the negative for me is just, this is like maybe a little rude, but I think Coinbase Wallet has been a bad product. I think it's essentially failed as a product. I don't use it. It's not intuitive. And I think they need to rebuild it from the ground up at some level, like from the UX, UI standpoint. And I really like the direction they're going in. But I worry, like, why didn't they execute on this wallet product better? Teams that are great at one thing won't always be great at another. So I'm excited and I'm definitely optimistic, but that's the cynical take.
I'm going to run defense for 1 second. Play a little both sides of the ball here because I used to absolutely hate Coinbase Wallet. I thought it was the worst. I couldn't stand it. Yeah. It was awful. I think it has gotten so much better. To a point before I found Rainbow, I was actually using it a lot. There might be too much happening again, but they have gotten better.
Listen, I trust you. I haven't used Coinbase Wallet in a long time because I basically onboarded and dropped. I think that this is not a commentary on how valuable it is to have all of the social graph within Coinbase Wallet. I just hope they can make the wallet app more competitive, especially on mobile.
Yeah, no, I think this is overall very bullish and positive news, and hopefully it works. I mean, that's their whole goal, right? Going viral, and what better way than to make you go viral within the wallet that you're already doing? Like, it would be nice if it just worked. If it just works, my fingers are crossed that everything is just going to work, and it's going to be beautiful, and people are going to be stoked.
Let me be clear here, like, and this is not me trying to market Clanker. I think if I was trying to market Clanker, I would be only positive. I think it's great. It's a great step in a direction. It means that like both Base and Warpcast understand the importance of each other. Like Base understands that Warpcast has the most robust active social graph that is on chain. And Warpcast understands that social graph is more valuable when traders and kind of financial activity is happening in relation to it. That's been my experience over and over and over. And I am definitely excited, and we're already building stuff around this.
All right, we got 8 minutes. Let's try to run through a couple of things real quick. This is speed round. Recent facts, Clanker has driven $1.75 billion to base. That's crazy. You also announced that you'll be building on Uniswap V4. Can you tell me anything about that?
Oh, yeah, I can actually now. We hired someone. Her Twitter account is Lobster Mindset.
Sick name.
She's really cool. She's a researcher who comes from researching MEV and Uniswap. Uniswap gave her a grant, and now she is coming to make our coins and pools more badass. I'm really excited. It's our first full-time hire after, the founding team of me, Jack, and Bryce.
You guys announced your new split fees with interfaces. 40% goes to the creator. 40% goes to the interface, and you guys only keep 20%. That's pretty awesome. Really great for interfaces like ClankPad. McBane said, hold my parfait, and decided to do 60% going to the creator, 10% to the channel, and 20% still to you, 10% to ClankPad. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that this is cool. I would probably say to McBane, and I may already have or will later today, focus more on getting attention, and maybe this is why he's announcing this. I think that the fee split is only meaningful if coins get volume. If coins don't get volume and no one cares, you can give creators 100% and it won't matter. I do love that we're starting to see interfaces competing on product levels, in terms of fees. It tells me that interfaces are going harder, that McBane is ambitious, that ClankPad has motion. And I really like that.
I think it gives people a little bit of incentive, though. Maybe that does get that. Maybe that is a little pep in the step to get you out there and trying to get some interaction when you have a higher payout.
We all want money.
Everybody wants money. Dude, you got to pay your bills. So, get out there. Yeah. So I woke up at 2:00 in the morning. It's a thunderstorm. Don't know why. I was like stressed.
Yeah.
I look on my phone and just happened to nail Toady in a chat talking about Kyle Patrick, who launched I think it's the first Twitter clanker, but he launched it through Banker, and it's called Bonker. Yep. I was like, I ate at 2:00 in the morning, went back to sleep, and what's the deal here, dude? Is this the next step? This is huge.
Dude, I mean, I've been so excited for this to happen. I didn't even know, the exact timing. All I knew is that they were going to test Banker-Clanker integration. We want to bring Clanker into a ton of the best interfaces on base. We think the Banker team is cracked. They are building an amazing product that lets you do something that very few projects in crypto let you do. Swap in natural language on social feeds. And it's not just swap. It's like swap 5% of my top 10 holdings. That's so cool. It's a more advanced, very, very accessible toolkit for traders. And it's fun. And I get to see what you're doing. Not because I'm reading Basecamp, but because I'm scrolling X, which I do all the time anyway. So we obviously wanted to bring Clanker there. I can't say enough about Deployer and his collaborator. Those guys are just so aligned with how we see the space, how we see the opportunity and the challenges. So it was an honor for us to cement this longer term partnership. And I think you'll see a lot coming from Banker Clanker in the future. And Kyle, it's sick that he was the first. He writes an ambassador newsletter about Farcaster and just pays really close attention to projects like Banker and Clanker. And I thought the meme was good too. Good ticker, good meme.
Fun fact, whenever Moxie launched their fan tokens, he was the first person. I held off. And then I just had seen so much stuff that Kyle had been posting and doing and research he'd been putting in that I didn't even know him. And I was like, that's the person I'm going to buy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he rocks. So it's awesome that he was the one who launched that.
Yeah, I think, he's exactly the kind of person that we want to clank. They actually know stuff that's relevant to our culture, and they support the team. They want to have fun. They want to win. They also like coins. So, more Kyles, man. And I hope he earned some good fees from it too.
This is not, this is a test token, but I think it's a test token with some lore, with some history. It ends in 6-9, Takashi. And what happened to him? I don't know.
Oh, dude.
But anyways, I think it's a cool thing. It dropped at 2 a.m. So, pretty dope.
I love it.
All right, dude. Well, I'm going to let you get out of here to get to your next thing. I know you're a busy person. Thank you so much. This is the second episode of Must Clank. I love it. And I love the first episode, and I hope you're enjoying it too. And let's keep rocking them.
Jack, thank you so much, man. I want to do many things, and not everyone encourages me to do them. And you've encouraged me to do this, and I really appreciate it. So let's do it again. I'll talk to you next week, man.
Hell yeah, buddy. Have a great one.
Clank on.
Peace.